Hi guys, back again. For the last tutorial, I'm going to show you guys a couple things. First, I'm going to show you some landscaping. I'll also show you how to do some of the details like with door handles and things like that, as well as just importing some things if you'd like. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it and I'll get you going here. So here's our house that we had from before. Let's go ahead and zoom in on it. Maybe I think I zoomed a little too far. Okay, so let's start out by doing some detail work. Now, for example, let's say I want to do a door handle on this. So first thing I'd have to do is figure out the height of a door handle. So easy way to do that would be to come in here. I'm just going to type in typical height of a door handle. Doorknob. So it looks like about 34 inches. So anytime you have a question about anything on the house and how big it should be, just a simple Google search will help you a lot with that. And if you wanted to look at just door handles and see kind of an idea of what you think would look good, you can just go to images and do a little search. Now, some of the door handles are going to be harder than others to do. I'm just going to do something simple, kind of like this, because getting into some of these other designs is a little bit difficult, and I don't want to go into too much detail with that. But if you kind of know what you want, doing something square like this would be not too hard, something like that. So I'll do something probably similar to this or just to this right here. So I'll show you that real quick. So let's go back to SketchUp really quick and we'll start doing that. So first thing is I'm going to measure the height up was 34 inches. Actually, before I do that though, I'm going to get my push-pull tool and I'm going to push back this trim so that it's not getting in the way of me drawing stuff. So it's better if it's like that instead of poking out. That way when I connect lines and do measurements, I'm not connecting lines out to a three-dimensional thing instead of something that's flat. Okay, so we'll get our tape measure out with the T and we'll come up 34 inches and just start to design the handle here. So I'm just going to go up like, we'll do like a 6-inch handle here and just see kind of how it goes. Okay, so first off, I'm going to come in from the side of the door a bit and we'll kind of have a good idea of how far. I'm probably just going to go about 3 inches. If you want to get exact, you could always, again, ask Google and just kind of figure out what would work. Now, the width of the handle is not going to be too big. It's probably going to be 1 inch. So I'll start with it like that. And then I'm just going to make a rectangle. And I'll get my push-pull tool. And I'm going to pull it out. We'll just come out 2 inches. And now it looks really dorky. But what we can do is come in and do some more detail work with it. Now, if I want it to be one of those handles that kind of looks like this, this one right here, I could just have part of that be the plate and then the handle kind of like that. So you can do things like this. It gets more and more difficult. The more round it is, the more difficult it is to draw in SketchUp. But so that's why I'm just going to kind of keep it square for now. Okay, back to SketchUp again here. So if I want to just do a basic handle, what I could do is just come in with this and just come down and say, okay, I want you to come down 1 inch and you're going to come up 1 inch. Really all it is you're going to design the whole handle just on this face right here. And then you can just push pull it to make it get finished. So I don't like how far it sticks out. So I'm going to come in 3/4 of an inch and then I can start coming in and do 1 inch right here. Well, that's a little bit too much. So actually this looks pretty good, whatever it is, 9/16. So we'll kind of stick with that for now. Now, if I wanted to round it, I could use my arc tool. Like I could connect from here to here and kind of give it a rounded edge. I could do the same type of thing down here if I wanted to. And just kind of give it a rounded edge. Now I can just get my line tool and come in and draw that to there. And then I can use my rectangle tool, the R, and pull like that. Then I can use a push-pull tool, and I'm going to push that till it says on face, and then I'll just double click that and it'll go away. So now I've got a real basic looking handle for my door. And it might be a little small. I can maybe go a little bit bigger. But really my advice to you would be to just go on Google and look kind of at what a handle would look like to you. And then you can just start doing things to build it. So that's going to be my door handle. I could do a whole nother thing on designing things like that, but for today, we'll just stick with that. And I could come in and delete some of these lines. And it actually looks kind of small. So I think in the future, I'd probably make it bigger than that because I don't know if any human hand is small enough to fit inside there. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is how to do landscape. So a really easy way to do it is just to turn the house upside down like this, zoom out a little bit, and then I'm just going to get a rectangle and just make a rectangle the size of the lot that I want it to be. Now, if you want to get real detailed about it and figure out what an acre is in square footage or half acre or whatever, you can certainly do that. For me, I just kind of eyeball it. I like to have a decent size yard. So usually the front yard's a little smaller than the back. So I'm just going to make a big rectangle around that way. Now, there are certain rules in certain cities with zones, how far your house can be from the edge of the lot. Like, for example, in Springville, where I live, you have to have a 10 feet between you and the other lot of the house, from your house to the edge of your lot. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to come in and do some sidewalk work. So anywhere where you have a sidewalk that comes out or stairs that come out, you're obviously going to have some kind of cement to walk on. That includes doors like in the back. You'll never walk out a door onto dirt or grass. There's always going to be at least a cement slab. And it's usually going to be about 4 feet by 4 feet or more. So if I wanted to do a big patio, I could do a big patio. But if it's just a small door like this man door in the back of the garage, I could just do a smaller little slab. Okay, so we'll focus on doing the sidewalk and the driveway right now. So we'll start with the driveway. So the easiest way to do anything is to, of course, use guidelines. So I'm going to grab my tape measure again. So hit T, and I'm going to make a guideline that's parallel with this. So it'll just say 0. And then I want another guideline that goes parallel with the edge of the house over here. So that way I've got these two guidelines, and now I can either use a line tool or just a rectangle tool to connect these lines so that it looks the way I want it to be. So sometimes it'll do that to your garage, so I can just click on that face and hit delete. And also if I've got a little space right here, I could come in and delete that line also. Because later I'm going to come in and paint this to be cement. So let's go ahead and go to the paint bucket, and I'll go find cement on here. So you've got asphalt and concrete's probably your best bet. And they've got some different options. I'm going to choose this one right here and just paint that area. And if I zoom in close, you can see that looks a lot like concrete you would see somewhere else. Now, there's other kind of decorative, more looking concrete, like this one is good too. So maybe actually we'll stick with that one. And now I'm gonna make a walkway that goes from my stairs over to my driveway, because that's a long way to walk up the thing. So we'll make it so you can connect to the front door with the stairway. So we'll start out, and I'm going to put a guideline here, and I'll find another parallel line to the stairs here, and I'll make a guideline there. Now my stairs are, looks like they're 8 feet wide. So everything I want to do, the walkway needs to be 8 feet wide. So I'm actually going to come out 8 feet from here. I'll just pull that to wherever and type in 8 feet. And then at that point, I'm going to make a 8-foot wide walkway. And yeah, we'll come out this way like this. So we'll go out 8 feet here. Okay, so now I've got my walkway. Now, if I wanted to have a curve on here, I could come in with my arc tool and click from here to here. And then I'll just pull it out. And I could go past it right like that, but it doesn't look so good. I want to keep it within this box. So I'm just going to pull it, and it kind of snaps to a good spot right here. Now what I'll do is I'll get my line tool and I'll connect this line to here. Do the same over here. And then the last thing I need to do is come around here. Now, if I want a curve that matches this, I can actually I can select this line here and use the offset tool, so F, and I can pull it, and what it'll do is it'll match that same angle all the way across. Now it looks though that it's because I'm so far away and maybe it won't do it for me, but you can see kind of what that does, which is a cool tool. I'm going to instead, well, yeah, we'll just go ahead and make it square, just by nature of the angle of that. So looks like I didn't connect that line well. Sorry, let me zoom back out here. And make sure you're always connecting to the intersection of things. And something's wrong with one of these lines here. It's not letting me connect to it for some reason. Okay, I'm going to come back and reconnect this. And no, that doesn't work. I don't know which line is wonky, but we'll just delete it and try it again here. Yeah, sometimes your guidelines just are doing funny things, like they're floating or different things like that. So you come in and try that again. Okay, and then this guideline, I'm just going to bring guideline that comes out 8 feet here. And we should be able to connect lines. I don't know what's going on with that line. Okay, so we're going to go backwards and just try this all again. Thank you for being patient. Just want to make sure my house isn't floating. If your house is floating, it won't work the right way. So I'll just speed run this here real quick and get this done. Might have been this line that I was struggling with. So I always want to make sure that you're on the right axis when you're drawing guidelines. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now I can go in real quick and round off this corner. So I'll get that 2-point arc tool and click it there. And now I'll get my eraser and just delete some of these lines. Okay, so and I can also come in and delete that. And what it did is it went ahead and painted it for me, which was nice. Okay, and then over here I could do some curbing or something like that if I wanted to have it be like a planter box or something. So I'm just going to click on this and hit the offset tool, and I'm going to bring in some curbing that kind of goes around like this. And maybe we'll just have some 6-inch curbing. Now, a lot of the time you won't have curbing that goes around like this. So you could just draw a line that goes right here. Well, actually, most of the time curbing only goes to here because the cement acts as a curb, right? So really all I'm going to do is just have it go from here to here. So I'll just delete these lines. Okay. And then my curbing, it's going to stick up a little bit. And so I can go ahead and pull it up just a little bit. And I'll just come up like an inch. So now I have kind of a curb thing right there. Now at other places, maybe you'd want to do something curved to make it a little more fancy. Okay, next thing I want to show you, if you want to do something, well, let's go back to the back and add in these parts. So I want to have a little patio that comes out from that back door. So I'll make a line here and then I'll drag it out to about, I don't know, about 14 feet. And then we'll make the patio itself 14 feet. And then we'll have it stick out 12. Then I can get my rectangle and draw this in real fast. Okay, so that's where my curb will be around there. And then over here, I can add some more. Let me get rid of this for a minute. And I will just use this guideline that I already have. And we'll just make a patio that goes out the back here. And we'll stick it out from the stairs about 10 feet. Sure. Get my rectangle tool out again. And connect. Then I can get my bucket, my paint bucket, B, and just start painting in those cement things. So now I've got cement around all the places that I would need. Now there's other things you could do, like putting in a pool or something like that. I'm going to do a real simple pool. Maybe I want to have a pool that extends this area right here. So usually it will connect to the patio, and you're going to have cement around your pool. So I'm going to make a pool that sticks out. We'll make it stick out 40 feet, not 40 inches. We'll go 40 feet. And actually, I'm just going to make most of this patio here. Just make it so it's all one big piece. And then I can paint it. Okay. Then I've got room to put my pool and everything here. So to do my pool, I'm gonna, an easy way to do it would be to come across and kind of make the shape right here. Let's try that again. I don't know how many feet I went. Come out 24 feet. And then I'm gonna start to make the shape of my pool. So I'm going to do kind of a simple shape. So I'll just come in like 10 feet here and 10 feet here. And I guess I could have done that with the offset tool. Would have been easier. But then maybe I want to have a different shape to it at the end here. So I'm going to come in about, I don't know, about 5 feet here, and in about, just going 5 feet on all sides here. Then I'm going to make an arc shape. So I'm going to come from this point to this point and make my arc. And then I'll just draw in some lines right here, right here. Then I can delete these two lines here. And you can get into all sorts of crazy fun shapes for your pool. For now, I'm going to keep it simple, but I do want to have around the pool, there's going to be some tile around the edges. So easy way to do that would be just click on the pool, hit the F for offset tool, and just offset this thing a couple feet. So now I can start designing the actual pool part. Now, right here, I want it to be deeper. Over here, I want it to be more shallow. This is where I'm going to put some stairs into the pool. Well, actually, maybe we'll do some angled stairs that go right here. So we're going to start by pulling down the pool. I want the depth of it to be 8 feet, which is pretty deep, but the whole pool isn't going to be 8 feet. But for now, I'm going to bring the whole pool down and just bring it down 8 feet. Next thing I'll do is I'm going to kind of divide it in half. And then I'll bring up that other side so that it's only 4 feet in this section over here. So now I'll just get my push-pull tool. I'll pull this up 4 feet. And now I've got my lower section and my deeper section. Now it doesn't just go straight down like that. You're going to have kind of an angle. So easy way to do that would just be to come in and make an angle right here. And then I'll get my push-pull tool and just pull that baby right across that way. Now you've got the nice angled section. Okay, next thing I want to do is I'll draw in some stairs that kind of connect over here. So what I'll do is I want to make it even. So I'm going to measure from this point over 10 feet. Well, not that much. Let's see. We'll go over like, let's go over like 6 feet. And then we'll do the same over here, 6 feet. Well, actually, I do want to go bigger. Sorry, guys. We'll just stick with the 10 feet. Then I'll do the same over here. I'll drag this out to 10 feet. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to actually know where I'm going to draw this. So I'll add a couple lines here, just kind of as guidelines, and then I can just connect that to that. And that'll be the start of where my stairs go. Now I don't need these lines anymore because I'm just going to draw the stairs down on the ground here. So I'm just going to make my stairs come up. They're going to be 1 foot deep. Let's see. Looks like I'm going up and not out. Try that again. So I got to make sure that I'm dragging it there. So we'll go 1 foot here, 1 foot here, and we'll just do those 4 different stairs like that. Okay. Now I'll get my line tool and we'll draw in the lines to make these so that we can pull them up in just a minute. Okay, so this one is going to come up, well, actually, I probably did too many steps. So we'll come up 3 feet with this. This one will come up 2 feet. This one I would come up 1 foot. And I did an extra step, so we'll just get rid of that. So now you've got your basic steps that you kind of walk in. Now, if you wanted to, you could always do steps on this other side. I prefer to have a nice straight distance. That way you can swim laps and things like that here. Okay. Now, the last thing I want to do is, well, last couple things is I want to add some tile to the bottom of this. And then I'm going to put the water on top. So we'll go to tile really quick and see what we can find that looks good on the bottom of the pool. We'll just go ahead. This is kind of one I've been using. It looks a lot like maybe like your swimming pool tile. So I'm going to put that all the way around here. Now, to have done this quicker, I could have just painted the thing before I pushed it down. Then it would have painted all of it at the same time, but either way it works. Okay, so now I've got my tile. Next thing I want to do is just tell this to be solid again, and then I'm going to make this, so I'll just connect from here to here. Then I'm going to make this part water. So the way that I do that, first off, I actually want this to be tile for just a second so that when I push pull, it doesn't turn the sides to water. I'll show you what I mean. So we'll close that out real quick and we'll go to water. Oh, whoops, I wanted to do tile here. Let's see, so, oh, I already did it. Okay, so I'm gonna push pull this just a little bit down, just like 4 inches. And then I want to turn it to water. So I'm going to go to water. This one right here is transparent. So I'm going to click on it and look, now I've got a pool that's transparent. And then if I wanted to do something, some kind of tile around the edges, I could do that. So I just come in and I say, okay, I want that to be tile. And I'm going to pull it up like an inch. And then you can see I've got my pool with my patio. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is just do some painting of vegetation. So we're going to go to landscaping, fencing, and vegetation. And I'm going to find some lawn that I like. I'll paint that to be lawn. And then I also want to have like maybe some rocks or something I put inside here. So I'm going to come in and there was like some, what is this? Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's just a little tiny gravel. Let's try this one here. I like that a little better. There we go. Okay, so now you got your basic landscape. Now the last thing I want to show you before I go is how to import stuff. So when you're in SketchUp right here, there's these three dots, right, or three things right here. Let me move this out of the way. And it says search 3D warehouse. So like, for example, I could search for a pine tree and hit search. What it does is it goes to the servers, and there's, in the 3D warehouse, there's just tons and tons of different things that they have, and pine tree doesn't look like it's bringing up much here, which is kind of surprising. Let's just go tree, see what we get. No, there we go. Now we've got some different types of trees. So maybe I want to bring in this oak tree. Now some of them are good, some of them aren't so good. Some are 2D, which I don't like that are 2D. They have others that are 3D. So you can kind of come in and do that. So you click on it and you'll hit download and then say, yeah, I want to import it. But just know you don't want to import a whole bunch of stuff before you're done with your house. Otherwise things really start to lag. Because you're bringing in large files that tend to lag. So let's see if we can find, oh, there it is right there. Okay, and it's really small, but we can make it bigger. So what I'll do is I'll just place it for now. And I don't know how much I love it, but whatever. Once I place it, there's some tools that you can use. So right here, you've got under where this is your move tool. So you can move things around with this tool. Then you have your rotate tool, so you can rotate things. And then you also have your scale tool, which for this, I'm going to scale this. Sorry, my computer's being a little laggy here. Try that again. Just everything's going a little bit slow. Okay, so yeah, you can get the scale tool, and what that'll do is it'll put those little handlebar things on it, and you can just pull and make it bigger. So if I want it to be bigger, I can just keep pulling it to make it bigger and bigger. Okay, here we go. Maybe I want it to be similar to the height of my house. So then we got like our big fancy tree in the yard. If I want to move it again, I'm just going to hit move, or M for move, and I can drag that and move it across to more the middle of the yard. All right. So that's that. That's the finished product of our house. We've got all the windows and doors and everything, pool. And then later I would just go through and delete all these extra guidelines that I don't need anymore. And then you'll have your final product. So thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, you can always send me a message or subscribe and ask questions, comment below. So thanks a lot, guys. And that's it. Let's see here. I got to get out. Okay.